Hello everyone, welcome back to Tarot. Thank you so much for always following and supporting the channel. The moment you come across this video is the right time for you to receive its message. On this channel, I always bring you messages about what is about to unfold in your life. When you open your heart and place your trust in positive possibilities, you are also aligning yourself with a parallel world where your wishes have already come true. Today, through this reading, I hope to help you unlock the possibilities of your future and support you on your journey to finding love and turning your dreams into reality. The theme of today's reading is the future you are moving toward, what is gradually becoming real in your life. I have prepared 3 cards corresponding to Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. Please take a moment to listen to your intuition and choose the card that draws you in the most, then click on the timestamp in the description to go directly to your reading. Now, let's begin the reading with those of you who have already made your choice. Hello, Pile 1. Thank you for waiting. Now, I will begin the reading for those of you who chose Pile 1. I hope this reading brings you healing, new insights, and moments filled with love. First, let's take a look at your current energy. The cards that have appeared are the World, Ace of Pentacles, and 10 of Cups, along with 2 Oracle cards. What I sense is a very gentle, slow-moving flow. Perhaps this reflects how your recent days have felt. A calm, steady rhythm, bringing a sense of relaxation. At the same time, I also feel the energy of a new beginning. It's as though you're preparing to start something new, or you've just taken your first steps on a fresh journey. The presence of both the World and the 10 of Cups indicates that a fulfilling phase has just come to completion. You may have achieved an important milestone or felt a sense of inner wholeness. And now, you're ready to step into a new beginning, but with a completely different mindset, a beginning that arises from a place of fullness, rather than from lack. There's also something particularly noteworthy here. The energy of healing is strongly present in this reading. You may have recently undergone a profound period of emotional healing, or perhaps you're currently feeling a deep need for it. In either case, this sensation is guiding you toward a turning point where the pace of your life is about to shift. I sense that things are going to pick up. Events may start unfolding more rapidly and intensely, whether in your career, personal life, or inner transformation. You are moving out of a peaceful, quiet phase into a more active and dynamic period. There is no feeling of being rushed or pressured to act. Rather, the cards are illustrating the natural conclusion of one cycle and the beginning of another. It's like you've reached a point of contentment with what has passed, and now you're ready to build something more tangible, something visible and graspable in the real world. The World card also carries the sense that you are gently letting go of something, as if you're saying goodbye with joy and appreciation, rather than sadness. It may be a heartfelt wish of good luck sent to someone, or a sincere thank you for something that has come to completion. Within you, within the soul of those who chose Pile 1, there seems to be a feeling of deep contentment and fulfillment. If there is a parting or a release taking place, the dominant emotion here is not sorrow, but rather joy and relief. You might be thinking, I've done enough, or I've reached the end of this chapter. And now, your heart is beginning to long for something new. All of this is the message being conveyed by the cards about your present moment. Now, let's move into what is truly unfolding for you right now. The cards drawn are the Lovers, supported by Justice, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Cups. Altogether, they once again affirm, a new beginning is arriving in your life. You are embarking on something new, but it's possible that deep down, you still feel a bit hesitant. Looking at the 2 supporting cards, there's a clear message about opening your heart to love, suggesting that you're being invited to welcome new connections or tender emotions that are drawing near. A new relationship may be beginning to take shape. Or perhaps, you're still in a space where opening your heart feels like a challenge. Past experiences, old memories, or emotional patterns from childhood might be influencing your current ability to fully receive love. Yet the overall message remains clear. You are standing at the threshold of a new beginning, and what truly matters is whether you are ready to open your heart to it. In connection with this, as mentioned earlier, a chapter is coming to a close. But this is not an ending marked by pain or loss. Rather, it is a release embraced with joy. It's a closure that you are meeting with ease, as if you are truly ready to move forward. I can feel strongly that you are heading toward a deeper appreciation for yourself. You are preparing to make a choice to live for yourself, to place your own value at the forefront, and to no longer sacrifice for things that no longer align with who you are. Looking at the cards that have appeared, I sense there has been a connection or situation that has persisted for quite some time. It could be a relationship, though not necessarily romantic. It may be any bond in which you have invested a great deal of trust and persistence to maintain. And now, you are reaching a moment where you want to clarify everything, to bring full transparency and truth to light, so that you can turn the page with clarity and conviction. It's also possible that right now, you are facing a new offer, an opportunity, or the presence of a new relationship approaching your life. And you might be wondering, can I truly embrace this? Or can I place my trust in this? These questions suggest that your inner world is in a state of transition, not yet completely detached from the past, but already beginning to turn toward something new. Even so, I can clearly feel that your heart is leaning toward a fresh beginning. You may still have some hesitation, but deep down, you are ready to move forward, ready to enter a new chapter of your life. Next, let's take a look at the deeper meaning behind why all of this is happening for you right now. The cards that have come up here are the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Ten of Swords, along with 3 accompanying oracle cards. The primary message these cards convey is, avoid acting on impulse. You are being encouraged to observe more carefully, to analyze more thoroughly, and to truly consider the situation from multiple angles before making any decisions or taking action. In addition, the cards also bring a message of empathy, of care, or perhaps the presence of loving energy that someone may be silently offering you. What you may need to do now is to look inward and ask yourself whether that care is truly there. Is someone quietly caring for you from a distance? Or, on the other hand, are you the one who needs to open your heart to better understand and feel the emotions of another person? There is another possibility. The current situation may simply be in a state of pause, a moment of rest, before the next wave of movement. However, you might be perceiving it differently. You may feel as though everything is at a standstill, unclear, or even worry whether it's the right time to move forward. In truth, I sense that you do want to move forward. You want to take action. But every time you're about to act, something holds you back. It could be painful memories from the past resurfacing, stirring up heavy emotions or wounds you've once endured. These feelings might be causing you to hesitate, to question yourself, or to waver, as if an invisible force is keeping you in place. Yet this is not happening by accident. It serves a purpose, to encourage you to reflect deeply. Before you say something, before you take any action, have you truly placed yourself in the other person's shoes? Is your action guided by love and understanding, or is it merely a momentary, subjective reaction? You are being tested to remain balanced, not to lean too far in any one direction, and to ensure that your choices come from a place of love, not from fear or impulsive emotion. Ultimately, there is also a profound message being offered here. Perhaps all of this is happening so that you can truly feel, to deeply sense, the pain of a particular person. Not so that you carry their pain as your own, but so that you understand it, so that your heart softens and you can choose the path of love and compassion. This is a significant lesson in your emotional journey at this moment. This isn't about many people, it's about one specific person. Everything that is happening right now, the situation you are currently experiencing, may be unfolding so that you can truly understand the pain, the wounds, or the inner turmoil of that particular individual. This is not a coincidence. It serves as a profound reminder for you to connect with the heart of someone special, a person with whom you share a deep and meaningful bond. Now, we move into the most important part, what is about to become a reality in your life. The cards representing your near future are the Eight of Pentacles from the Tarot deck and the Child card from the Lenormand deck. This combination brings a very clear message of a new beginning. You may be preparing to restart something, an endeavor you've attempted before, but this time, it's being revived with a new perspective or a renewed mindset. Or it may be something entirely new, a project, a relationship, or a path that feels different from what you've pursued in the past. However, what stands out here is that within you, there may be a lack of motivation or joy towards something you've been doing for quite some time. You might be thinking about giving it up, feeling tired, uninspired, or no longer finding meaning in it. You may find yourself thinking, I don't want to keep doing this anymore, or this no longer makes me happy. These thoughts are arising from within, from a place where your heart is yearning for something fresher, more creative, something that resonates more deeply with your true self. Therefore, what is about to manifest could be a completely new beginning, or a return to something familiar, but with a renewed approach, a different mindset, one no longer driven by pressure or self-imposed expectations. You are being given the chance to create something different, something born from your most authentic inner desire. Within you, there seems to be a deep yearning to feel that sense of excitement again, to be touched by something that truly stirs your heart. It could be a relationship, or perhaps a project, a job, or anything you wish to dive into with passion and a sense of free will. And the beautiful part is, that longing is beginning to take shape in your reality. The things that have felt heavy, monotonous, or misaligned, you are preparing to let them go. You will step away from those burdens. And in their place, you will move toward what makes your heart beat faster, a space where you can feel life, passion, and a true reason to keep going. The Knight of Pentacles and the Tree card from the Lenormand deck also appear here, indicating that a steady flow is beginning to take form. All the perseverance and effort you've poured in, despite the exhaustion, despite moments when you felt like you had nothing left to give, are quietly building into tangible results. This won't be a story of quitting halfway. Instead, it will be a story of completion. You will witness the clear outcomes of your work, experience the fulfillment it brings, and only then will you step into an entirely new chapter. This could be a new environment, a new place, a new space where you will gradually find stability and begin to take root. What's coming your way is long-lasting and sustainable. It's not a fleeting change, but rather a journey that will reshape the foundation of your life. Additionally, the next cards that appear are the Emperor, the Page of Pentacles, and the House card from the Lenormand deck. All of them speak to the act of leaving something behind, perhaps a place, a home, a job, or a relationship to which you were once deeply attached. This departure does not carry the energy of escape. Instead, it is a steady and grounded transition. You are choosing a new path, not one dictated by habit or obligation, but one led by the true desires of your heart. This is a process of maturing and realigning with who you are, a powerful, deliberate, and deeply honorable transformation. You will choose a new environment, a new home base, to begin your next journey. And slowly, you will grow roots in that new land. I sense this is a very positive space, one filled with uplifting energy, divinely aligned and lovingly arranged by the universe for you. As mentioned earlier, a process of departure is unfolding. What you are letting go of is not necessarily negative. On the contrary, it may be a place or a situation that once provided you with stability, comfort, and a sense of security. The appearance of the Emperor underscores that you are releasing something that once served as your foundation, something built and maintained through discipline, responsibility, or tradition. However, you are being guided to choose a new path, one that is entirely different from what you've done before. This is not a sudden or impulsive shift, but a deliberate, conscious transition supported by the powerful energy of inner growth and maturity. Then comes the appearance of the Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment card, together with the Page of Swords, offering a clear affirmation: what you've long desired is on its way to becoming reality. A dream is about to be within reach. Something you once only dared to wish for is now beginning to take shape clearly in your life. Alongside this, the Success card from the Oracle deck also appears, further confirming that you now possess all the essential elements to create success and bring your dream to life. This is no longer just potential, it is your actual capability. You are ready to succeed. Another strong message comes through: you will be recognized. This may be recognition from society, a certain community, or even from people who once failed to understand you. You will receive the acknowledgement, appreciation, and rightful validation for all the persistent efforts you've devoted along the way. The Nine of Cups also conveys a sense of fulfillment, ease, and abundance. The pressures that once left you drained will begin to lift. You will emerge from the state of constantly having to brace yourself for something and instead begin living with more relaxation and breathing room. This abundance isn't just about material wealth, it's also about emotional and spiritual richness. You'll feel spaciousness within, a sense of being able to breathe, to smile, and to truly enjoy your own presence. You will no longer need to live under the constant push of time or limitations. Deadlines, the pressure to keep up, and the overwhelming feeling of having to rush, these are all beginning to dissolve. In their place, you'll find space and time to truly immerse yourself in what you want to do, what your heart has long yearned to pursue. This is a phase where you can finally focus on the things that allow you to live in alignment with your truest self. Looking at the two oracle cards, the message is clear. You are about to step out of the small box you once felt confined in. This image symbolizes limitations, whether they were self-imposed or placed upon you by external expectations and conditioning. And now, you are being liberated from all of that. Whatever once blocked your flow, whether emotionally, energetically, or in terms of opportunity, is being released. Once the knot is untied, everything will begin to move swiftly. You'll feel a new current flowing into your life, natural, powerful, and seamless. Interestingly, the experience you've just gone through wasn't necessarily negative. It may not have caused deep wounds or overwhelming pain. In fact, I sense that within that situation, there were certain positive aspects, perhaps a sense of safety, familiarity, or some form of benefit that once felt valuable to you. But alongside those positives, there was also another feeling present, a sense of restriction, suffocation, a lack of freedom. You may have felt confined, held within an environment that no longer resonated with your soul. Or maybe simply became bored of repetition, of things that once brought joy but no longer nourish you in the same way. You may have thought to yourself, I don't find this interesting anymore. I don't feel happy here. And so, what becomes vividly clear now is this image of you stepping out. Stepping out of your old comfort zone, not because you were pushed, but because you chose to. You are choosing to live differently. You are choosing freedom, authenticity, and a deeper kind of joy for the journey ahead. Next comes the sharing card, a message about giving, but also one that evokes a sense of breakthrough, elevation, or standing out from the crowd. I feel a very distinct energy here. You are ready to rise, to step into a higher position, not out of competition, but because you are beginning to shine in your own unique way. There's a strong sense that fear no longer holds you. Whatever comes your way, you no longer feel anxious, because within you now lives a deep sense of stability, self-trust, and confidence. This may be thanks to someone who has been walking alongside you, someone who made you feel supported and uplifted, so you now think, no matter what happens, I no longer feel afraid. Or perhaps, you have become that steady, lifelong companion to your own self. And once again, the success card appears. It's as if the universe is saying, this has already been confirmed. Success isn't just a possibility for you, it's a certainty that is drawing ever closer. Alongside it is the message of rebirth. You are being guided into a complete transformation, shedding the old layers, breaking free from past frameworks, and stepping into life as a truer, freer, more radiant version of yourself. And this new beginning, the one unfolding before your eyes, is not only necessary, but incredibly exciting. Your heart will feel alive with anticipation, and your soul will be awakened. You now have the power to choose what truly moves you. You are allowed to pursue what brings you happiness. The universe is telling you, a great success is waiting for you, and nothing stands in your way anymore. You no longer have to hold back, no longer need to tiptoe around anyone or seek approval. You no longer have to continue what drains your energy, because you've come to realize that the old path holds nothing more for you. And so, what's coming is both an ending and a beginning. The new path that's opening up before you is the one that makes your heart dance, the path that makes you feel as though life is truly beginning. This journey will not only be deeply meaningful, but also filled with joy. I'll close this reading for those of you who chose pile 1 here. If today's message resonated with you, even just a little, I would be so grateful if you could leave a small sign, a like, a comment, or even a single emoji, just to let me know that your heart received it. Your presence and support are a precious source of inspiration that motivates me to continue sharing more meaningful messages in the future. Thank you for listening all the way through. I look forward to seeing you again in upcoming readings. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you for waiting. Now, I'll begin the reading for those of you who chose Pile 2. I hope this reading brings you healing new insights and moments filled with love. First, let's begin by exploring your present, what's happening in your life right now, and the deeper meaning behind these events. Keep in mind that the present and the unfolding situations may be deeply interconnected. The cards that have appeared for your current energy are Page of Swords, 2 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, along with 2 Oracle cards. This reading clearly shows that at the moment, there is something you truly want to grasp, claim, or achieve. It may be an opportunity, a relationship, or a specific desire, something that feels worth striving for. And to attain it, you've been making plans, preparing yourself mentally, or working on your growth. Some of you may be actively studying, researching, or analyzing things in depth to reach your goal. There also appears to be a strategic mindset at play. You may be carefully weighing your moves, thinking several steps ahead, navigating with caution and intent, almost like playing a mental chess game to make sure everything unfolds in the right direction. Especially with both the Two of Cups and Six of Pentacles showing up, there is a strong emphasis on balance and mutual exchange in relationships. You may be longing for a deeper connection with someone, or hoping to find the right person, someone who feels aligned with you, someone who brings a sense of harmony and mutual understanding. At the same time, I sense that you're trying to maintain control over the situation, as if you want to keep everything within reach, unfolding according to your intentions. This isn't necessarily a negative form of control, but rather a desire rooted in your need for safety and your hope for the best possible outcome. Perhaps you're seeking certainty, seeking alignment, something that resonates deeply, something that makes you feel secure and complete. All of these elements paint a picture of your current reality, where you are simultaneously preparing, observing, and adjusting yourself in pursuit of something you believe is truly worth it. It's possible that you're yearning for something that genuinely matches your own frequency, something that feels right, that fits you naturally, as though it was made for you. Or perhaps you've already seen it, a relationship, an opportunity, or a choice that you deeply want to hold on to. In your current situation, it seems that you want to take the lead, not necessarily in every aspect of life, but in something specific. You want to be the one guiding the direction, steering the course. Yet, at the same time, I sense a quiet caution within you, a fear of being hurt. You may want to express your desire, to say, "I truly want this," but something inside holds you back. It's as if there's a voice whispering, "I shouldn't ask for that," or "I'm not allowed to need this." Still, the longing remains. And you continue to try, quietly but persistently, reaching for the opportunity that feels so close. Now we move to what is truly unfolding for you at this time. The cards drawn are the Nine of Cups, supported by the Four of Wands, Five of Wands, and Seven of Swords, along with 3 oracle cards. I sense that you're currently being pulled by a strong current. Perhaps it's the circumstances, perhaps a group dynamic, or a larger energy at play that's strongly influencing you. It's also possible that you are the one generating a powerful influence. Your words, your actions, are rippling outward far more than you realize. There is a feeling here that all you wanted was peace, simplicity, a quiet joy, yet somehow, things have grown beyond your control. Perhaps you didn't expect the situation to become so complex or so loud. The card The Unexpected Visitor appears, signaling that someone has stepped into your situation, someone who, either intentionally or unintentionally, has disrupted the balance you were trying so hard to maintain. This leads us to the energy of the Five of Wands: conflict, competition, or simply a sense of turbulence both internally and externally. I feel that you've been searching for stability, for something that brings peace and reassurance. But the current circumstances seem to have placed you in the middle of a game you never wanted to play. This disruption could come from your environment, the people around you, or even from something you yourself initiated, something that has now grown beyond what you expected. This is a direct continuation of what we saw earlier, the desire to control the situation, to guide it in the direction you want, to take initiative, or simply to attain something your heart deeply longs for. And now, with the appearance of the Seven of Swords, there's a sense that you may be feeling the urge to withdraw from it all, to escape the pressure, the noise, or a situation that has evolved beyond your grasp. Additionally, the energy of this card also carries tones of possessiveness, as if there was something you once wanted to keep just for yourself, a private joy, a personal connection, something that felt uniquely yours. But then, it began to grow, to spread outward, and it no longer felt like yours alone. This may have left you feeling disoriented or even disheartened, as if something once close and intimate has suddenly become distant, slipping beyond your reach. The Oracle card influence also appears, emphasizing that something is spreading beyond your intentions. What you had hoped to keep private or contained may now have become something others are aware of, talk about, or even involve themselves in. And this might be leaving you feeling unsettled, as though the situation has slipped from your grasp. Now we move to the most important part, the deeper meaning behind why all of this is happening. Looking at the cards, I sense very clearly that you're going through an experience that is making it hard for you to stay composed. You may be feeling overwhelmed, emotionally shaken, or even unable to respond in the way you normally would. The reactions you're having now may feel unfamiliar or out of character, which shows that your emotional threshold has been pushed beyond its usual limits. But this isn't meaningless. Everything that's unfolding is guiding you inward, toward a deeper place within yourself where you are being called to temporarily pause, step back, and truly listen to what it is you want. This is a process of waking up, of regaining your inner calm, and making decisions not from fleeting emotion, but from a place of clarity that comes only after the noise has settled and the truth has quietly emerged. All of this is happening so that you can discover the real answer. And that answer can only be found when you step out of the emotional whirlwind, when you allow yourself to be still, to look inward with honesty, and to touch the very core of the matter. It may be a truth you once avoided, a desire you didn't dare face, or a choice you previously turned away from. But now, you are being guided directly toward it, clearly, truthfully, and without fear. That may be the answer itself, and everything unfolding right now is designed to lead you to the place where that answer resides. You are standing in a moment of powerful transformation. The transformation card appears, carrying a very clear message. This is a pivotal moment, a major transition phase in your life. You are at a threshold where change is no longer something you can postpone. This turning point requires you to shift, both internally and externally. And as the flow of this reading shows, that change will not come from resisting what's happening, but from accepting it. Acceptance does not mean surrendering. It means receiving reality with clarity and presence. It's about allowing what is arriving to flow through you, rather than resisting it. That very act, the act of embracing, will carry you to where you are meant to be. It may lead to a truth, an awakening, or a long-awaited answer. You may also be in a phase of comparison and verification, measuring what you once believed against what is currently unfolding. It's as if you're asking yourself, was what I thought really true? Or do my feelings align with what's actually happening? And this very process of clarification is drawing you closer to the truth. The letting go card also appears, a gentle yet profound reminder that it is time to release the expectations, the control, and the things that no longer serve your journey. Not to lose them, but to become lighter. To allow yourself to flow with greater freedom and ease. All of this is unfolding as part of your awakening, your transformation. To teach you how to move with the current instead of struggling against it. And once you've learned that, you will no longer feel like you're being swept away. You'll begin to flow with it. With direction, with awareness, and with a deep, unshakable inner strength. Right now, the urge to control the situation may be quite strong within you. But what you're experiencing isn't necessarily a lesson meant to show you that life can't go your way. Rather, it's an experience designed to help you feel what it's like when you soften your grip and allow things to be as they are, how much lighter your mind becomes when you do. You may come to realize that, for quite some time, you haven't truly been flowing with life. Perhaps you've been resisting something or allowing yourself to be swept along by something that isn't genuinely aligned with you. And this very awareness will help you course correct, bringing your rhythm back into balance and reconnecting you with your inner truth. At the same time, it's very likely that a particular person, someone playing a key role in your current journey, has recently entered your life. Their presence is not by chance. As earlier cards have suggested, this may be the person who stepped into your situation and altered the environment around you, shaking what once felt stable, stirring your emotions, or forcing you to confront conflict, competition, or expansion beyond your control. But all of this, the confusion, the chaos, the sense of being affected, is not meant to harm you. This person hasn't come into your life to break you down, but to awaken you. They are here as a catalyst, to help you transform, to help you evolve, to push you to face what you may have never dared to look at directly. And because of that, even if this person brings challenges, they are not a negative influence. They may be the one who stirs your heart, makes you feel alive again, or helps you realize something deeply important. It's very possible that this person, though arriving in the form of disruption, is actually the key to unlocking a new door in your life. This is your opportunity to listen to your heart with honesty, to recognize what truly fills you from within. And the journey ahead, if you have the courage to embrace it, may lead you to emotions you once believed were out of reach. It is through this person's presence that you now have the opportunity to recognize what you need to learn, what needs to change, and where you're being called to grow. This person hasn't entered your life by coincidence. They are a key person, someone playing a pivotal role in your transformation at this stage of your journey. Because of their presence, you are being led into a profound shift. And when we take a step back and look at the reading as a whole, the Hermit card, the seeker of inner light, may well symbolize the path you're now walking, accompanied by this person. Though outwardly they may carry an energy that feels chaotic, even unsettling, as if they're disrupting your sense of direction, at their core, they are a guide, one who is igniting the light within you in a very unique way. Everything that is happening may also be unfolding to spare you future regret. Perhaps in the past, you hesitated or held back from making a certain decision, unable to be decisive, unwilling to choose a direction. And now, this situation has arisen to push you toward clarity, to urge you to finally provide the answer, to stop avoiding, to stop delaying. And once that answer is given, it will release you from the silent turmoil that has been weighing on your heart. There is also another significant aspect worth noting. You may be experiencing a sense of being copied or unfairly competed with. Perhaps you were the first to come up with an idea, to create a certain approach, and then someone else came along and did something similar. And perhaps that person ended up receiving more attention than you. This may have left you feeling disappointed, hurt, or as if something that rightfully belonged to you is taken away. But through this very experience, you will be guided to discover a new way, a new form of expression that is more unique, more authentic, and more profound. Something that cannot be replicated because it comes directly from your soul. You will be inspired to evolve, to create, and to reinvent yourself along a completely new path, one that is not only different, but more mature and unmistakably your own. Everything that's happening right now, though emotionally complex, is in truth a springboard towards something much greater. What awaits you ahead is a version of yourself that is more free, more creative, and far more radiant than anything you once imagined you could become. The cards are telling you that what you're experiencing right now actually stems from old negative beliefs you've been holding within. And at this moment, you have the opportunity to realize, so this is how I've been limiting myself all along, through these very thoughts. From there, a new approach will begin to unfold, a mindset that is more positive, more flexible, more liberating. I sense very clearly that a new way of thinking, a new method, a new perspective, uplifting and effective, is coming to you. Now we move into the next part. What is about to manifest in your life? The cards revealed the Five of Wands, supported by the Emperor, and a card representing yourself. However, the energy here is not entirely about you. It's about someone else, someone whose answer or decision will significantly affect you. I sense that you've been feeling exhausted, even frustrated, by a situation lacking in clarity, as if you've been waiting endlessly for a response or dealing with someone who constantly leaves you guessing, never offering a firm decision. But now, that is about to change. A clear answer will be given, and that answer might be, they choose you. Or, in another direction, it could be you who makes the decision. I'm no longer waiting. I'm stopping here. Either way, one thing is certain. The indecision, the ambiguity, the exhausting loop you've been stuck in, it's coming to an end. Clarity is on the horizon, and you will be able to move into the next phase. I also sense that the tangled relationships and draining interactions you've been caught in are about to be untangled. Things will start falling into place. And from that space of order, a new beginning will emerge, not just you moving forward alone, but very possibly walking alongside someone else. At the same time, the supporting cards, Four of Cups, the Heart card, and the Anger card, suggest that an undercurrent of emotion still lingers. There may be disappointment, unspoken sadness, or quiet emotional weight from past events, things you've held inside because there was never a clear resolution. But with the new flow that's approaching, you won't have to carry that anymore. Because whether the clarity comes from someone else or arises from within you, the most important thing is, you will finally have the answer you've been needing. And from that place, your next journey, whether it's one of continuation or closure, will begin with decisiveness and inner strength. What I sense here is the presence of a decision that has already formed in the heart, an emotion that has become clear, steady, and unwavering. And because of that clarity, you may also begin to feel more certain within yourself. Yet when it comes to the situation at this particular moment, you might be thinking that there's no hope left, that perhaps it's already too late. But then it arrives so unexpectedly that you may find yourself exclaiming, "Is this really happening to me?" as if you can't quite believe what's unfolding. The Heart card has also appeared here, and when viewed through the lens of love, this could be a moment where someone you had long given up on, Someone you believed was beyond reach suddenly confesses their feelings. Or perhaps a relationship you thought was hopeless takes an unexpected turn toward connection. The feelings you thought you had let go of, long buried, long silenced, are being revived once more in your heart. That is the energy I feel so clearly in this part of the reading. Next comes the Five of Cups and the Knight of Swords, two cards that evoke a sense of urgency, of something happening quickly and decisively. While this may not apply to everyone, I sense something here related to surrender or letting go. It may not be you who lets go, but rather someone else, someone who comes to terms with the truth, accepts the outcome, or chooses to withdraw. This suggests that you have attained something no one else could reach, as if others simply couldn't compare. Because of that, I feel strongly that someone may choose to step back, admit defeat, or walk away from the situation. This connects deeply to what was mentioned earlier, the reason why all of this has been happening. I spoke about you arriving at a realization, an inner lesson or awakening, and this part ties directly into that. For instance, if a key figure appeared earlier in the reading, someone who played a crucial role, then their presence may have acted as a bridge, strengthening the connection between you and another person. From a relationship perspective, this could mean that thanks to that third person, the bond or trust between you and someone else grows deeper and more solid. In fact, the person you've been thinking about, because of their interaction with that intermediary figure, may gradually come to the realization, it's you. The turning point that allows them to fully recognize your value comes precisely through the presence of that third-party influence. Next in the reading, the Eight of Cups appears alongside the House card. Together, they paint a very clear picture of departure, leaving behind a place where you've stayed for a long time, where you've resisted change, resisted walking away. But now it seems something is urging you to withdraw, to let go, as if you're being carried by a current that can no longer be resisted. For some, this may even point to a literal shift in living environment, a move, a relocation, or the beginning of a search for a new space that aligns more closely with your inner needs. This change in surroundings will bring you closer to the kind of environment you've been truly yearning for, a place of peace, a space that offers safety, stability, and emotional ease. However, the House card also carries a sense of rigidity and constraint. It may represent a place filled with rules, limitations, and unspoken obligations, a space where you've felt bound, where freedom has been stifled. And because of that, stepping away from it becomes not just important, but essential. What emerges here is a clear current of movement. Something or someone is leaving, stepping out of your life, or out of a previous environment. And finally, among the oracle cards, the message comes through. The person or the thing you've been searching for will finally appear. This could be someone, or it might be a piece of information, a message or an opportunity, something you've long awaited, longed for, searched for, and now it is beginning to reveal itself before your eyes. In your reading, the Ace of Swords appears, a card that brings a powerful and unmistakable message. You are about to receive the truth you've long been seeking. A revelation, a piece of information, or an answer you've been waiting for will come to light. And at this moment in your life, it may feel like a talisman, something of deep value that, once held in your hands, gives you a sense of steadiness and security. It could become the key that helps you shift the course of events in the future, or gives you a distinct advantage when the time comes. This is the kind of knowledge or opportunity that has the potential to attract a more favorable outcome, a turning point filled with possibility. There is also the strong likelihood that you will reconnect with someone, perhaps a person you've been searching for, or someone you lost contact with long ago. It could be a reunion with someone who had once left your life, someone distant, yet now you are being given the chance to meet again, to repair a connection that had once been broken. All of this carries the energy of healing and reconnection, and at a deeper level, a sense of divine orchestration. The message for you is this. You are entering a chapter where fated events will begin to take form. It may be a connection with someone considered a destined part of your journey, or a situation that allows you to feel, unmistakably, the miraculous arrangement of the universe. The current of life is guiding you to that place, the one that could change everything. And then, the image of celebration appears, a scene where people come together to share joy, to offer congratulations for something meaningful. So, what exactly is being celebrated here? It is expansion, an uplifting ripple effect born from the love and hope you once quietly nurtured in your heart. A dream or a wish that you had held onto with sincerity is now beginning to grow, to flourish, and to spread into the world around you. Because of that, those close to you, those who care deeply for you, will join in your joy, celebrate with you, and feel genuinely happy on your behalf. This is a phase where things begin to fall into place, where everything starts flowing more smoothly and favorably than ever before. Beyond the earlier interpretation in the context of love, this part of the reading can also be understood from a completely different angle. If there has been a conflict or tension in your life, the message coming through is this: support is on its way. You will receive the backing you need to move through that challenge. When we look at the cards, the Emperor and the House, if we consider them as a recurring theme in this reading, they may signal that you will soon find a way to step out of an environment that has been creating pressure or instability for you. This may involve breaking free from control, releasing yourself from a confining structure, or discovering a solution to dissolve tension. In any interpretation, what's clear is the opening of a new path, a doorway of liberation, being offered to you. And what's coming your way is a blessing, a gift from the universe. Even if right now you feel exhausted, struggling to breathe in a reality that weighs heavily on your spirit, the future holds a moment worthy of celebration. Perhaps you faced setbacks because things didn't go as planned, or you felt powerless as others took credit for your ideas, leaving you questioning your own worth. But in spite of all of that, you will have a chance to rise again, and not only to reclaim your place, but to build something even greater than what you once had. This reading carries a strong and clear message: you will overcome. Not just survive the challenges, but be reborn, stronger than ever, from the very things that once brought you to your knees. A new journey is unfolding, one where you will not only heal, but be honored for exactly who you are. I'll close this reading for those of you who chose pile 2 here. If anything in today's message brought calm to your heart, sparked a thought, or stirred an emotion, feel free to leave a small sign, a symbol, or a few words. Just one gentle mark is enough to let me know that the message from the universe has found the one who needed to hear it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope we'll meet again in future readings, where you will always be welcomed with care and deep understanding. Hello, Pile 3. Thank you for waiting. Now, I'll begin the reading for those of you who chose Pile 3. I hope this reading brings you healing, fresh insight, and moments filled with love. First, when looking at your current situation, the cards that appear are the Ace of Swords, the Tower, and Temperance, along with 2 cards from the Oracle deck. Altogether, they convey a very clear message. Something you once believed in is now beginning to collapse. It could be a structure or form like a family dynamic, a deeply rooted relationship, or even a belief system you've long depended on to navigate life. Everything is beginning to shake, and it's entirely possible that you're going through an emotional upheaval, perhaps repressed anger, an uncontrollable outburst, or powerful emotions that have been buried for a long time and can no longer be held back. The appearance of the Yes card from the Oracle deck further confirms that you are standing at the threshold of a major decision, a moment where you must choose, cut ties, or walk away from something that no longer fits who you are. This is a time for clarity and resolution. And while you've been trying to maintain balance, as shown by the Temperance card, it seems that this balance may never have truly reflected your authentic self. You may have been enduring in silence, compromising in an environment that didn't allow you to express your truth. And it appears this has been going on for quite some time, long enough to drain you. Alongside it appears the Live in the Present card, signaling that you are preparing to make a pivotal decision about your life. You are standing on the threshold of transformation, where you're being called to ask yourself, what is truly necessary for my life right now? The cards in this reading clearly show that you are moving closer to a decisive moment, one where you must choose your own path with courage and honesty. What's happening for you right now is a profound awakening, a deep realization that marks a significant step in your emotional and spiritual growth. The Tower card, along with the accompanying oracle messages, reveals that this may be something you've avoided in the past, something you've dismissed, delayed, or put aside for another time. But now you can no longer turn away. The current situation is pushing you to face it, to look directly at the truth, and to act. The cards carry a message of choice, to stay or to leave, to continue or to let go. You are standing at that crossroads. Now we move into what is truly unfolding for you in this moment. The cards that appear are the Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and Knight of Cups, along with 3 oracle cards. The entire energy here centers around family and emotional relationships. I feel very strongly that what's unfolding relates to deep connections, perhaps a spouse, a partner, a family member, people with whom you've shared your life. Once again, the core theme arises. Will you remain within that connection, or will you choose to walk away? There is a shared theme across piles 1, 2, and 3. All are approaching the threshold of transformation. In pile 3, the energy is especially clear. You are yearning to let go of constraints, rules, and limitations that have bound you for far too long. You want to live in a way that your heart truly desires, yet something seems to be holding you back. It could be responsibilities, the expectations of others, or simply an invisible fear. You may feel as though someone or something is trying to keep you where you are, whispering, "Don't go." But your heart is crying out, "I can't keep living like this." This moment is calling you to truly listen to the deepest voice within yourself and to have the courage to act on what you know is right for you. The truth is already clear, the issue has come to light, and now it's time to ask yourself, how do I choose to live from this moment forward? The person who is holding you back, whether it is an individual or a group, isn't doing so out of ill will or a desire to control you, but simply because they don't want to lose you. They hope, from the bottom of their heart, that you won't choose that path. They don't want to be without you or lose something precious that exists in your connection with them. And yet, deep down, you have already begun to move forward. You want to take that step. You want to claim your freedom. The energy here clearly reveals the tension between someone else's desire for you to stay and your own longing to be free. And here, the message of reflection, of reevaluation, comes through powerfully. The disruptive event symbolized by the Tower card may very well be the turning point that forces you to pause and ask yourself, is this truly what I want? Am I really living in alignment with my heart? It seems that this is something you've always known deep down, known that eventually you would have to face, but you postponed it, ignored it, pushed it aside. And now, the universe is ringing the bell to remind you, the time has come. This is what has triggered your process of looking back, making choices, deciding to let go, or cutting something off. It might mean walking away or changing the rules that were previously set. You're trying to shift something that has become too rigid, too fixed, because if it doesn't change, you will continue to feel stifled, exhausted, unable to live as your true self. You are yearning for a transformation. And this reading confirms that what you are feeling is absolutely valid. You are on the right path. Now let's turn to the next part, the deeper meaning behind what is unfolding. The cards that appear are the 9 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 5 of Swords, with the Knight of Swords as a clarifier. 3 sword cards appearing in succession bring with them a forceful, sharp, and unmistakably clear energy. This is a time when you must rely on your intellect, be willing to face the truth, speak it aloud, and defend your boundaries. The 9 of Pentacles indicates that you are stepping into a journey of independence, not only in terms of material security, but also emotionally and spiritually. You are reclaiming your inner strength, the power that may have once been lost or buried beneath the weight of expectations and roles imposed by others. The Page of Swords reveals that you are watching closely, gathering information, and preparing for a shift. You are alert, attuned to every signal, ready to act wisely when the time comes. The 5 of Swords suggests you may have been in a tense situation, possibly an unspoken conflict or an unfair struggle, where your voice wasn't fully heard. But now, with the energy of the Knight of Swords, you are no longer staying silent. You are ready to speak up, to take action, and to move forward with clarity, decisiveness, and courage. What's happening now is not a breakdown, it is a liberation. A process of freeing yourself from what has long confined you, so that you can finally live in alignment with your true nature. This is a moment of truth, of freedom, and of awakening your inner power. Next come 3 oracle cards, and the energy here is crystal clear. You are being tested. As if the universe is asking you, is this truly what your heart longs for? Or are the emotions you're feeling really genuine? You are being tested to clarify these things. Something is stirring your inner world, prompting you to face yourself and ask once again, do I truly want this? Is this desire heartfelt or merely a fleeting reaction? One of the oracle cards places strong emphasis on a theme related to family, perhaps urging you to resolve a relationship or to re-examine a belief or image of family that you've carried within. The 10 of Pentacles also appeared earlier as a clear sign pointing to themes of family or long-established foundations. And now, the reading brings this theme back to light, as an invitation for you to look deeply once more. Notably, the appearance of two oracle cards bearing the same number, 1414, signals a powerful synchronicity. It may be that the universe is urging you to take a deeper look at the connection called family. Within that space, there may be things you've been avoiding, words left unspoken, or burdens you've been carrying in silence, believing you ought to be the one to yield. But is it possible that something in this dynamic lacks honesty? A self-betrayal, or a mask that one of you is wearing? The reading is now asking, is there something that has yet to be said? Is someone playing a role in this relationship? And this is the moment when you must answer those questions with complete honesty to yourself. For some, this situation may be a gentle reminder that it's time to rebuild trust. That if you want the relationship to continue, you, or both of you, need to learn how to lay new foundations rooted in truth and trust. But for others, the reading brings forth a more challenging question. Are you truly ready to let this go? If you find yourself in this place, then it's not simply a matter of choosing to stay or walk away. It's about whether you have the courage to live in alignment with your heart and to accept the truth, even if it means turning away from what once felt familiar. You are being asked a profound question by the universe. Are you truly ready to let this go? Or are you absolutely certain you want to walk away from it? Everything you are feeling right now, the urge to release, to move on, to transform, is being brought to the surface again for one final reckoning. As if the universe is gently but firmly asking you, are you sure? And here, the Temperance card appears as a gentle reminder that you have already come a long way. Every step, every choice you've made in the past has held meaning. And because you've tried so hard, the reading is now posing the question on your behalf. Are you truly ready to walk away from all of it? According to the cards, your current feelings no longer seem anchored to what is right in front of you. Your gaze, your heart, and your longing are fixed on something far beyond, something on the other side of the horizon. You may feel drawn toward an entirely different future, a different life, or a different version of yourself that you believe you must become. And from deep within, there is a firm resolve. A powerful, unshakable determination rises from your energy, as if your decision is already made and nothing can change it. In fact, there's even a trace of stubbornness and defiance present here, as if you're silently declaring, "This is my path. I don't need any more advice." However, the cards are now raising a question. Is that truly the case? And the people around you, though their words may be clumsy, though their way of expressing concern may fall short, seem to be genuinely worried. They don't want you to choose that path. They don't want you to leave everything behind. In their eyes, you may be moving too fast, acting on impulse. While you may not see yourself that way, to others, you may appear as someone charging ahead without looking back, unaware of what might lie behind the clouds. That is why the feeling of being held back isn't coming from a desire to control you. It stems from an attempt to hold on to a part of you that they love and cherish. They don't want to lose you, not out of selfishness, but out of fear. Fear of losing something they believe is precious. And now, the final question rests in your hands. Are you truly ready? Is the path you're choosing the true calling of your heart, or a reaction born from pain? This reading doesn't give you the answer, but it asks you to face yourself with complete honesty before taking another step on the journey you're trying so hard to choose. The reason this reading carries such profound depth lies in the presence of the Five of Swords. This card suggests that you may be leaning too heavily towards self-interest or becoming so consumed by your own thoughts that you're no longer seeing what's around you. An intense focus on one singular goal might be causing you to unintentionally overlook the emotions of others or to lose the space within you needed to truly listen. At the same time, cards like the Page of Swords and Knight of Swords indicate that you're being strongly influenced by a sense of urgency and haste. But this pressure isn't coming from others, it's coming from within yourself. You might be thinking, I have to decide now. I have to act fast. I'm running out of time. It's a feeling of urgency, as though if you don't act this very moment, you'll lose something deeply important. However, the reading gently suggests that perhaps you don't need to rush. Maybe you need to give yourself permission to slow down, and it is in that slowing down that you'll gain the clarity you seek. When you pause, when you stop chasing the weight of that invisible pressure, you may come to realize that the people around you are not actually against you. Though you may feel isolated at the moment, as if no one understands or stands by your side, that perception could be nothing more than an illusion born from your own inner anxiety and pressure. The reading makes one thing very clear. your family, or those who genuinely care about you are still there, with warmth in their hearts. They don't want to force you, but they also don't want to see you get hurt. Quietly, they may be wishing for your happiness, your peace, and if possible, they want to be the ones who support you, the ones you can lean on. They might not know how to show it, or perhaps you're in a state where you can't quite receive that love, but their care remains sincere and quietly steadfast. The final message the cards offer is this: allow yourself to take a step back, to breathe, to observe. Because sometimes, what you're searching for isn't somewhere far away, it's right beside you, present in the people you thought had turned away. But in truth, they are silently standing behind you, waiting for you to turn around, not to stop you, but to welcome you with all the love they have. However, what matters now is that you don't choose the wrong way of approaching things. This could relate to how you communicate, how you behave, and at present, the energy in the reading suggests that you may be feeling somewhat lost, unable to clearly see what's happening around you. The root of this may lie in a lack of trust, a deep uncertainty about whether the people around you can truly be trusted, or whether your current environment is genuinely safe. But as mentioned earlier, the energy of those around you, especially your family or those closest to you, is filled with warmth. It's possible that you've been holding yourself together for so long, staying in a constant state of defense, that you can no longer sense the sincerity that is quietly present beside you. And so, the deeper message of this situation is not about the fault of others, it is an invitation for you to turn inward. What you need to recognize lies within your own actions and responses. The reading gently shows you this truth. What needs to change is not the world around you, but the way you are relating to it. And now we move into the next part. What is about to manifest in the near future? The cards that appear are the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. All belong to the earth element, symbolizing stability, sustainability, material well-being, and practical value. Notably, the card that represents you also shows up here. This indicates that you are entering a phase of great fulfillment and abundance. The Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles together carry a clear message: a life of prosperity, financial security, and material stability, but more importantly, a state of self-reliance, confidence, and independence. You're not only capable of taking care of yourself, but also radiating warmth and nurturing those around you. Your energy becomes naturally magnetic and rich with generosity. And when combined with the Two of Pentacles, this brings a message that you don't have to choose just one path. You may currently feel like you must pick one side or the other, or perhaps you've fallen into an all-or-nothing mindset due to overwhelm or pressure. But the reading is saying this: you can integrate. You can find balance. You can do both, and both will thrive. What is coming your way is not a tense, difficult choice, but rather a new state of being, one where you can hold on to what is precious in your hands while also expanding toward what you aspire to, a world where you can be fully yourself, grounded, abundant, and whole, without having to sacrifice or compromise who you are. These blessings are very near. The reading suggests that all you need is a slight shift in perspective, a willingness to slow down just a little, and everything will begin to fall naturally into place. Truly, the energy flowing toward you is rich and fulfilling. The Queen of Pentacles represents stability and material abundance. The Nine of Pentacles symbolizes personal achievement, independence, and the enjoyment of life's rewards, and now the Queen of Cups also makes an appearance, a symbol of gentleness, intuition, and emotional depth. These three cards speak not only of your potential, but of your true essence. These qualities, warmth, maturity, and compassion, have always been within you, and now is the time for them to bear fruit. You are someone who is deeply loved and cherished by many around you. And the reason is simple. You have given so much of yourself. Perhaps you've always been the one to support, uplift, and care for others, whether in your work, within your family, or simply through your warm, loving presence. You've been a pillar for others, someone they could rely on, someone they turn to in times of need. At times, this may have felt heavy, overwhelming even, as if you were expected to always be strong, never allowed to show weakness. But now, the reading reveals that your reward is coming, not only in the form of emotional recognition, but also through tangible success in the material world. Everything you have done, every heartfelt gesture, every moment of dedication, every act of unconditional giving, is returning to you in what the universe calls a blessing. It is a well-earned reward, a gift from the universe, offered as a way of saying thank you for all the love you've sown. And the most beautiful part is this: you don't have to choose between the things you love. If in the past you believed you had to sacrifice, that you had to let go of one thing to preserve the other, this reading is affirming that you can have both. You can live in stability while staying fully connected to your emotions. You can succeed without abandoning who you truly are. Both of the things you desire, whether material or emotional, are on their way to you, and you are wholly deserving of receiving them both. In time, you'll come to realize that the two things you once thought couldn't coexist are, in fact, capable of thriving together. Perhaps in the past you believed that one was holding you back, or that the other was preventing you from moving forward, leaving you feeling stuck, as though you had to draw a line somewhere. But then, you'll start to see the truth, that nothing has ever truly stood in your way. Everything is unfolding in perfect timing. And the paths that once seemed like detours are, in fact, the most aligned routes, appearing at precisely the right moment. Every piece of the puzzle, whether delay, difficulty, or choices that once felt like missteps, is actually guiding you toward exactly where you're meant to be. You will look back and feel grateful for it all. The tension will lift, the pressure will fade, and in its place, a sense of ease and harmony will rise. A deep peace, a feeling of wholeness and serenity, will begin to radiate from within you. And then comes something truly beautiful. The Queen of Cups appears, accompanied by the supplemental cards the Lovers and the Knight. This is a clear sign that a wonderful message is on its way to you. The presence of the Knight suggests that good news or a long-awaited response is approaching. It could be a message, an invitation, or an opportunity coming from exactly the place you've been focused on. And the Lover's card adds emotional depth to this message, showing that what is arriving is not only practical but also profoundly heartfelt. If you've been hoping for a connection, a relationship, a reunion, or a chance to build something meaningful with someone, this is a sign that it's about to become reality. It won't just be you expressing your feelings. The other side will also take initiative. It could very well be the person or place you've been thinking of who reaches out first. A message, an offer, or an opportunity to co-create a relationship exactly as you've wished for is coming. Whether romantic or soul-based, a meaningful, sincere, and mutual connection is ready to enter your life. You deserve to be loved, to be cherished, and to live in a relationship where your heart no longer has to question or stay guarded. And that, finally, is drawing near. I felt called to draw one more card for clarity, and the card that appeared was the Six of Pentacles. This card represents balanced exchange, fairness in relationships, and appearing alongside the Queen of Cups, it speaks clearly: you are moving toward, or about to receive, a connection rooted in mutual respect and understanding. A bond where both sides stand equal, able to communicate from the same perspective, the same rhythm of the heart, and a shared alignment of emotional and spiritual values. For some, this could signify the arrival of someone new, a partner, a soulmate, or a friend who will extend a helping hand just when you need it most. This is someone who helps lift your burdens, someone who makes you feel that you no longer have to carry everything alone. Because in recent times, you've given so much: your love, your time, your energy, sometimes even to the point of forgetting yourself. Looking at the Queen of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, I can clearly feel the image of you as someone who's always reaching out to those in need. You've likely been a source of comfort and strength for many, the one who shows up when others need you most. And now this reading is telling you, it's time for you to receive as well. Not out of pity, but as rightful support, the kind that honors everything you've given from your heart. Alongside all of this, there is also a possibility that you are about to step away from a relationship or a responsibility you've been tied to for far too long, a place where you were always the one giving. Perhaps you once believed it was something you had to do, or felt a deep sense of duty towards someone or something. But now, you are being gently guided back to your own path. A journey where you are free to choose who walks beside you and which direction you truly wish to follow. You are no longer bound to carry on a role simply out of habit or obligation. And something else of deep importance: everything you have given, every act of care, of love, of selflessness, has not gone unnoticed. This reading shows that all you have offered has been acknowledged. Even if you haven't heard words of gratitude, even if there was no immediate response, on a deeper level, everything has been remembered by the universe. And now you are beginning to receive. not only through material forms, but through the uplifting energy and spiritual support flowing toward you. It may come from your ancestors, your spirit guides, or benevolent forces that are now surrounding you. You are not alone. And what you are about to receive is exactly what you deserve. The people around you, they too, are carrying feelings of guilt and, above all, a genuine wish for your happiness. The reading reveals a wave of warmth and emotion surrounding you, even if you haven't quite felt it fully yet. And here, when drawing an additional card from the Lenormand deck, the Bird's card appears, a symbol of communication, conversation, and open exchange. This suggests that important conversations are on the horizon, moments where you or someone close to you will begin to open up and speak the truths that have long been unspoken. It could be that you and someone significant will finally face each other and share the words that were once held back due to misunderstandings or emotional distance. Especially if you are focusing on a romantic connection, this is a sign that misunderstandings are about to be cleared, emotional gaps are set to close, and mutual understanding will return. This card also carries a hopeful message for those longing for a new relationship. If you've been waiting for a meeting, a new connection, the reading assures you that you won't have to wait much longer. This isn't something that will take 6 months or a year to arrive. It's coming soon. And most importantly, what you once perceived as a barrier or obstacle may not be real at all. It could be a fear or hesitation born from within, and when the moment comes, you will realize that nothing truly stands between two hearts that are meant to meet. In the image painted by this reading, there are no longer any barriers between you and the other person. Only two hearts remain, facing one another, sincerely, gently, and full of love. And with the presence of the Queen of Cups, you will truly feel what it means to be loved, to be cherished, without doubt, without conditions. You will come to realize, I have been loved this deeply all along. My heart has always been held in a place that was safe. And perhaps, in some cases, it will be the other person who opens up to you first, the one who steps closer, who chooses to take the initiative to express, to share, to connect. It won't be you forcing a door to open. It will be a door that opens freely from the other side. Ultimately, what radiates from all of these cards, from the entire flow of energy, is gratitude. A deep and tender sense of gratitude for being loved, for being seen, for being supported and accompanied, whether through words, through a look, or through someone's quiet presence. That is the greatest gift the universe is sending your way, a love that is genuine, simple, and yet profoundly deep. It's possible that someone special will come forward to express their gratitude to you, or even that multiple people will finally acknowledge and thank you for all the silent, unseen things you have done over time. It is a recognition of your efforts, your kindness, and your quiet dedication, often given without expecting anything in return, but now being returned to you through heartfelt appreciation. When an additional card was drawn to clarify the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Swords appeared, followed by the Moon. This sequence of energy reveals that a period of instability, filled with doubt, misunderstanding, and emotional pain, is coming to an end. The confusion, the unnamed worries, the feelings you couldn't quite articulate, all of it is about to be brought into the light. Someone may come to you and say, it's not what you think, or that's not true, and those words will begin to dissolve the fog that's lingered in your heart. The Moon represents illusion, emotional turmoil, and mental darkness, but its presence, when paired with connecting cards like the Lovers and other symbols of communication, shows clearly that misunderstandings are about to be resolved through heartfelt connection. A conversation, an explanation, a moment that reaches the core of your heart, will guide you back to a place of clarity, safety, and deep emotional relief. And then, as we turn to the Oracle deck, the message becomes strikingly clear. You are being liberated. Liberated from the frantic pace of life, from the days of racing against time, from the never-ending to-do lists, and the constant pull of responsibilities. You no longer have to live under that pressure. A new rhythm is emerging, one where you no longer need to watch the clock with every passing minute, no longer feel like you're always late, always lacking, or that you must keep pushing yourself to do more. And it's not just about stability, it's about abundance. The appearance of the fish symbol signifies that you are not only finding peace in your daily life, but also stepping into a generous flow of financial resources, emotional nourishment, and spiritual wealth. A life of prosperity and fullness, where you are finally able to move in harmony with your own pace, do the things you love, and feel deeply secure in every breath you take. The ticking clocks, the towering stacks of documents once filled with pressure, all of it is about to become a thing of the past. This reading affirms that a new chapter is beginning, and you, the one who has continued to give, to love, to persevere, will finally step into a space of ease, fullness, and gratitude. The message is unmistakable. The days of being buried under tasks, overwhelmed by endless duties and responsibilities, are coming to an end. The phase where you always felt rushed, never quite finished, always chasing what's still incomplete, is closing. A gentler breeze is arriving. And when the card of the great tree appears, it becomes clear that the tree is a symbol of you. A tree that has grown tall through the years, weathered many storms, and now stands strong as a place of gathering. Around this tree are people returning, not out of need or dependence, but with hearts full of gratitude. Those who were once comforted by your words, your energy, your quiet presence, are now coming back, not to lean on you, but to say, thank you. They're not coming to ask for more, but to share, to contribute, to give, because what fills their hearts now is appreciation. They may not express it openly, may not show it in obvious ways, but within them, something has shifted. They no longer rely on you as they once did, but have begun to think, this time, I will stand up. And at the root of that change is gratitude. They recognize that it was through your presence they found strength, peace, and healing, and now it's their turn to return something to you, even if it's only through energy, through silent presence, through the quiet act of simply showing up. Another card appears with a clear message, gratitude and celebration. This is a moment that marks a significant milestone in your journey. You are about to step into a new phase, a new chapter of life, where the harsh trials of the past will no longer repeat. The burdens that once wore you down, the weight you carried, the constant effort just to survive, will no longer cling to you. You have endured so much, and now the universe is offering you a new beginning. A life where you no longer need to fight, no longer need to sacrifice yourself to hold others together. A chapter where you can finally breathe, live as your true self, and begin to receive the fruits of the kindness you once sowed. This is not an ending, but a profound transformation. And from it, all that you have done from the heart will begin to blossom. There, a cup awaits you, the well-deserved reward for all the effort you've poured out over time. As said before, everything you have done, the actions rooted in love, the quiet sacrifices, the moments you stood strong for others, has been seen and held by the universe. And now, that gratitude is returning to you, not just once, but many times over, through tangible, heartfelt blessings that will warm your soul. You are about to step into a life of abundance and richness, not only in material terms, but also in spirit. A way of living that offers calm, space to breathe, a sense of ease, and mindful control. Success in your work is drawing near, not only in financial outcomes, but also in the deep sense of being seen, recognized, and finally standing in the position you truly deserve. And beyond that, a meaningful partnership, a profound connection, is slowly becoming a reality. Everything is beginning to shift, taking shape in a way that is more beautiful, more harmonious, and more deeply aligned. The final card appears as a confirmation. You have already climbed the great mountain, the symbol of the biggest challenge in your journey. You may not fully believe it yet. You may still think you have to choose between two paths, give something up, or that you haven't made it through. But the truth is, you already have. And this very fact is becoming a source of strength, a new foundation for your self-trust. You're starting to feel it within. I did it. And from there, your belief in yourself becomes more solid than ever before. Perhaps you once thought that sacrifice was the only way, or that you had been living in sacrifice for too long. But the future now unfolding reveals a different truth. No, you don't have to sacrifice anymore. And everything you once gave was never in vain. It was the light that helped guide others. You have inspired, you have brought meaning and vitality to many, through the way you live, through the quiet, enduring love that radiates from your presence. And because of this, the universe is now sending you a gentle rain of blessings, a rain of response, of nourishment, of fulfillment. You have sown seeds of love, and now you are about to harvest the fruits of those very seeds. I will close the reading for those who chose pile 3 here. If your heart felt comforted or awakened by anything in today's message, don't hesitate to leave a greeting, an emoji, or any words you wish to share. To me, every response from you is a living heartbeat, a sign that the invisible threads between us are truly connecting. Thank you for listening with your whole heart. I look forward to meeting you again on the journeys ahead.